the low interest rates will also continue to encourage renters to pursue home ownership. So there's a lot of renters out there, and as long as the rates stay below 4%, I think we're always going to have the demand. The question is are we going to have the supply?
So the big question is this: how do most agents who don't have access to the secrets that the top agents in our industry hoard to themselves grow and prosper in today's real estate environment? That's the question. And this video podcast is the answer. I'm Pat Hyben, and welcome to Real Estate Rockstars.
Real Estate Rockstars, welcome to the State of the Market, State of the Market address. I'm here today with Scott Cotto. Scott Cotto is an office manager, and so he has that experience, a few years as an office manager, but also has a real estate team that did up to 125 deals a year. So we've got a lot of experience with us today on State of the Market. One of the things on everybody's mind, of course, is, hey, it's 2020. Is now a good time to buy a house?
It's a great question. I think it depends, but in general, absolutely. Especially if you, depending on who you follow, what economists, they're saying that interest rates are still going to stay 30-year fixed below 4%.
Right. One of the things we see, I like that you say it depends because, they're like, hey, we need a one-handed economist because they go, oh, well, on the one hand, and they say all this great stuff, and they go, but on the other, right? So how do we figure that out? And one of the things we did is we looked at about 6 of the top forecasters for the real estate market. And one of the things I did was look back and see, hey, how did these folks do forecasting before? And the answer is like, pretty good. Mm-hmm. And generally, people start off very optimistic in the beginning, and then it kind of tapers off. We've been seeing that for years. Mm-hmm. So, things are looking pretty strong. With all of the folks, all the experts saying that Federal Reserve is going to keep things light and not overheated. The world banks have all been reducing their rates, so the likelihood is that rates will stay under 4%. I've been seeing forecasts between 3.6 at the low end and 3.85.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. And then in addition to that, change in home prices, they're saying as high as 4.1% in increase, and as low as some speculations have it at 1.5%. So again, still a healthy market.
Yeah, still a healthy market. And one of the things too, and I like when you said it depends, it really depends on everybody's always going to need to buy and sell homes, right? Yep. You're going to have divorces, you're going to have people change jobs, that sort of thing. But definitely these sorts of things are going to have an impact for sure.
Absolutely. Yep. One other comment, Paul, I wanted to make too. They're talking about the low interest rates will also continue to encourage renters to pursue home ownership. So there's a lot of renters out there, and as long as the rates stay below 4%, I think we're always going to have the demand. The question is are we going to have the supply?
Right. At the end of the day, people are buying. They're buying a payment, right? So there's 2 things that make up a payment. One is the interest rates, and the other is the housing prices. So we'll see a little modest increase in housing prices, but then again, we've got lower, the lowest interest rates in history, and the quotes I was giving you before were really 30-year fixed. So that's that's a big deal for sure. So that's pretty much the outlook. One of the other things we could talk about is housing starts, right? Yeah. And they're predicting a real steady flow of housing starts still, not overblown. So it's going to create a lot more inventory. But we do see more people chasing less inventory. So people are staying in their homes longer. So there is a little bit compressed rate of the inventory.
Another interesting point, if I could add to that, they said the builder's confidence has reached an all-time high since 1999.
Wow.
The housing starts, like you mentioned, and permitting activities continue to increase, which is another good sign.
Right. So I think all in all, to wrap it up, we're looking at some modest housing price increases. We're looking at a good sort of steady flow of sales, and interest rates will remain low. So I would say, yeah, if you need to buy, 2020 is a good time to buy for sure.
Agree.
Okay, so one of the things, I'm glad we have Scott with us, because Scott, if one of your, I'm always looking at what are people's superpowers, okay? And one of Scott's superpowers is marketing. And when I look in the news, I see everybody is talking about marketing, right? So one of the things is that, it goes without saying, the new trend, right? The new trend, if you're not doing video, you're lost. Now, I know you do a lot of video. So tell me about doing video.
Wow, video. Where should I start? I think, I like to follow Tom Ferry, and he's saying video's the way. If you're not doing it now, you're already behind the 8 ball.
Right.
Statistically, I think there's probably about less than 10% of us agent-wise who are actually shooting video content.
Wow.
Now, I take it down. I just started out just doing a lot of Instagram stories, just as we talk about telling our story, sharing our story with the world. And then that kind of translated into, systems and processes with how we follow up with our leads or agents or clients, shooting videos. I think people want to see the authenticity. They want to judge you. They want to comment. They want to see your professionalism, your mannerism, your appearance, how you style your hair. Before they even get to see you, they've already know who you are, and they've already decided that they want to do business if they set the appointment with you. So, and then, you can go into all kinds of videos. We do all client appreciation parties. We document all of that through video, and then we tell a story through it, which attracts a specific audience and attracts more business opportunities for us too.
Right. So one of the things, I like to give our listeners a takeaway, and that's just this. It's very basic, and that is, point one, I would say, is just do it. Okay. And I was, we were joking about it a little before we started, and that is, it's like, hey, bad video is better than no video.
That's right.
Right. So hey, just shoot that video. Another thing is, I started videos by doing, using a company called BombBomb. And one of the things about that is it's allowing me to shoot individual videos. So instead of shooting these like big production, hey, here's a commercial sort of thing, it's just it's quick bomb. It's got my logo on it. I'm like, hey, Scott, I really appreciate your hard work on this one thing. Or if you're sending it out to a client you've been working on, congratulations on that home purchase, that sort of thing. So individualized, hey, happy birthday. Individualized videos, and you can just shoot them one after the other, and definitely not perfect, man. I never do a take two on that. Never. Just
I'm glad you brought that up. And that's the best piece of advice that someone gave me was shoot the video, don't watch it, and just push send. That's it. Because again, it shows the authenticity. It humanizes us, and if we make a mistake and we trip over our words, they go, you know what? I can relate to that.
Absolutely. And one of the things that, again, was a tip that you were giving me, because I do these wealth building videos, and, I go into the studio, I've got the green screen, I've got the professional, and it looks really good. And I'm like, hey, I want high production value. I want it to look good. I want it to sound good. It's edited. It's, but, I may stumble on my words a little bit, but people relate, okay, to pull out the iPhone. Hey, Paul Morris, I've got some advice for you today, and make it, this is another real key to really any outgoing messaging, and that's make it about them. Don't make it about you. Nobody's interested. Hey, I'm Paul Morris. I'm, a great realtor. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Okay. No, it's got to be about, hey, did you guys know that Topanga has a chili cook-off this year, and they've got 2 bands that are playing, and it starts at whatever time, and they sell out early. Make sure you get your tickets early. Wow. Now it's like, hey, Paul's got some information that's interesting to me, and I'm good to go.
And the message just wouldn't be the same if you were to type that out into a blog. Nowadays, nobody has time. Who has time to read that? Let alone, do you have time to document all that in a newsletter? Right.
And I'll go with a point 3, and that is consistency, right? And so, start off small. If you want to do like, hey, I had this idea, I'm going to do Wealth Building Wednesday, do it every single Wednesday. That's a tough gig, Right. Start out doing something once a month. If you want to go to twice a month, then at least, your audience can count on that once a month promise, and you're making good on your promise. It's also telling your clients, hey, I'm saying I'm going to do something, I'm actually going to do it. The way that I treat this video, right, this video blog is the same way I'm treating the marketing of your house, and I'm consistent and I'm on it.
That's
right?
it. Consistency brings
Yep.
back your audience for part 2, part 3, part 4.
Yep. Yep. And, you know, again, just sort of, you know, tips is just be brief, you know, say, hey, this is what I'm going to say. Hey, I'm going to give you a tip on what's great to do this weekend. Then you go, hey, here's 1, 2, 3 things. And you go, hey, Paul Morris, just letting you know what's great to do this weekend. Done.
Yep.
Right?
Push send.
Do the math. It's worth every single dollar. That's a title of a comment that I got on my certified listing agent course from Rebus University. It's from Bill Reeg. This is what Bill says. Bill says, looking to take your listing presentation to the next level? I've closed 100 appointments since I took Pat's certified listing agent course. 5 appointments, 5 new clients, 60 days. Boom. Do the math. It's worth every single dollar. Thanks, Bill. But listen, guys, I am offering this to you if you haven't already taken it, because so many brokers and teams make their agents take it before they do a single listing appointment. But if you haven't taken it, you can go to rebusuniversity.com and get it now. Now, here's the thing. For 30 days, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you that course. I'm going to give you the buyer agent course, which teaches you how to close every single serious buyer that calls on the phone or emails. This certified team agent course is taught by Jeff Cohn, one of America's top agents, on how to build a team from 0 to hero to hundreds and hundreds of units every year, step by step. It's like a 12-hour course, plus 7 other courses. Yes, you heard that right. All for a measly $127 a month. If you were to go to Rebus University and buy these courses individually, it costs you over $10,000. But today, if you go to futureofrealestatetraining.com, that's futureofrealestatetraining.com, you'll learn what Bill Reeg did, which is how to close 100% of the listing appointments you go on. Quite impressive. And you'll learn all the other incredible details provided in the 11 5-star courses that are offered. Yeah, it's like all you can eat bazaar. You go in now and you pay $127 a month. If you can eat all 11 courses in 1 month, that's all you pay is $197. This is a bargain, guys. Get it now. Futureofrealestatetraining.com. Hey, Real Estate Rockstars, this is Pat Hyben, and before we jump back into today's content, I want to tell you about an extraordinary offer from an extraordinary company. I'm talking about My Outdesk. If you haven't heard of My Outdesk, basically they're a virtual assistant company, a VA company that specializes in virtual assistants for real estate agents. Yeah, I'm talking about transaction coordinators, marketing assistants. I'm talking about ISAs, inside sales agents that prospect thousands and thousands of seller leads and buyer lead follow-ups. I mean, these guys are trained in this stuff specifically. You're not using a company that doesn't know or understand real estate sales. 4 out of 5 of the top teams in the US use My Outdesk for their virtual assistants. And because I know the owner, Daniel Ramsey, I've known him for over a decade, and I know how awesome and incredible this company is and how it saves agents thousands and thousands of dollars every single week and makes them thousands and thousands of more every single week. We're going to give you a $400 coupon off of your first month of a virtual assistant and give you a free book entitled Scaling Your Business with Virtual Professionals. So you can read it and look into it before you decide anything. It's called Scaling Your Business with Virtual Professionals. And you can get it real easy. All you got to do is text the word Hyben, H-I-B-A-N, to 31996. That's H-I-B-A-N to 31996 and download your free book, Scaling Your Business with Virtual Professionals. And don't forget to mention also that you get a $400 discount, which will give you a coupon for that when you download the book. Thank you, guys, and I hope you enjoy and make a ton of money using My Outdesk.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. So talk to me some more about marketing, One of the things that you're very good at is creating that personalized message, right? And that's a message not to a wide swath of people. How are you personalizing your messages to your real estate clients?
Wow. Like we talked about video, I think it's knowing your audience, knowing your clients. Social media plays a big part in that. We spend a lot of time in social media liking and commenting because we are genuinely curious about what's happening in our clients' lives. Big events, babies, weddings, hopefully purchasing a home or selling a home through our services. Again, sharing those experiences. The eyeballs that we get from that brings referral business, repeat clients from their friends and family. And then sometimes it goes into direct messages. Sometimes that they don't want to respond on a public forum, but now we're getting direct messages from Instagram and Facebook in general about, hey, I saw this post that you did with this one client, and I noticed that they were able to get into a house. Here's my situation. And so it's a great conversation starter that I think a lot of people are starting to catch news on how social media works.
Got it. Okay. So let me ask you this, Scott. You really, really, I watch a lot of people, and you do great on your social media for sure. What about the comments that I always hear people say, and that is, customer service is really sort of a hands-on gig, hey, you know what? Yeah, I do a lot of social media, but pick up the phone. What do you think about that?
Well, yeah, in our profession, it is still a contact sport. The phone is always there. However, if you remember, I would say just 4 years ago, we weren't sure whether or not a text message was considered a contact.
Yeah.
Nowadays, statistically, text messages are outweighing phone conversations, and we can actually conduct business while people are at their 9-to-5 jobs or wherever they are, because they almost prefer. We always ask permission, which goes back to customer experience. How would you like to be communicated to? And would you believe it or not, a lot of people say via text.
Absolutely.
That's where we take our conversations to. If they like voice, then we continue down that path on voice to voice.
Yeah. Okay. I get that too. I get that because when somebody, I might want to interact with you, but hey, I'm going to send a few messages and I'm going to go do a few things. I'm going to come back. Conversation is still alive. Where, if I'm on the phone, I've got to drop everything.
Yep,
yeah.
That's right.
So that's pretty cool. So, turning to kind of news of the weird or whatever, I was even wondering whether we should hit on it or not, but I think, we both saw the article. We're out here in LA, people are mourning the loss of Kobe Bryant,
Absolutely.
And then you get a realtor and you get a realtor out on social media. We won't say what brand, but you get a realtor out on social media making some off-color comments already. What do you think about? What do you got to say about that, huh? You're a big Lakers fan.
I am. Wow. I think it's kind of like the rules of there's a couple things you never really talk about in a public, religion maybe might be one for me, I have my own beliefs, but it's just, I think that's one of the discussions where you just kind of keep it to yourself and not, opinions on who Kobe was as a person, at least allow the time to mourn. There are, so many families involved in it, not just Kobe. Let's not forget the other kids, the other parents. Coaching.
Oh yeah. Super sad. And here's the thing, I look at it as a business owner, a brokerage owner, and it's tough when you've got a big sales force and you've got to, you really got to take ownership of your whole sales force,
Okay.
And so we kind of have, we have a zero tolerance policy on that. It's like realtors, I did a podcast with a phenomenal realtor, and he was talking about never compromising on his commission, and how do you do that? And what are the scripts for that and all that sort of thing? Underpinning that is that we're professionals.
Right.
We are professionals. You want to be a used car salesman and you want to act that way, then you should probably have your commission cut,
Right.
But comport yourself as a professional, and it's an opportunity to show empathy as an industry when anything like this happens. So, you know, I'm glad that the big firm that employed that person said, hey, you know, we're going to deal with this swiftly, because we all have to carry that mantle of you know, realtor really protecting probably a family's biggest transaction.
Right.
And we deserve to be compensated for that on one hand. On the other hand, we've got to be professional about it, you know?
And you always talk about this too, Paul, which is just self-awareness.
Yeah.
Just being self-aware.
Yeah. If you don't have that, right, you know, what do you have?
I want you to think about the word toolbox. What is a toolbox? A toolbox is a box full of tools that you use to build something great. At Real Estate Rockstars, we've created our own free toolbox. So everybody that comes on the show as a guest brings a tool with them, and we plow them all into this toolbox, and we give it away for our viewing audience to basically use as they wish. Everything we put in there is an actionable item that can be downloaded, can be printed, can be used immediately. And we got things like scripts and dialogues, checklists for teams, checklists to keep agents accountable, referral forms that are filled out at settlement to get referrals by your buyers and sellers. Everything you could think of that you could use on a regular basis about real estate is included in this toolbox, and it's helping agents worldwide sell more houses and make their jobs a lot easier and processes much more efficient. And the thing is, it's absolutely free. All you got to do is go to hibandigital.com/toolbox or text the word toolbox to 444-999. That's toolbox 444-999. Do it now. TribeOfMillionaires.com. Guys, write that down. Rockstar Nation got a free special offer for you. Now, I've just written a book, and it's just been published. Co-authored it with David Osborne, who's been on this show multiple times. If you don't know David, he is one of the top execs at Keller Williams Real Estate, was personally mentored for the last 2 decades by Gary Keller himself, and he's in all kinds of businesses. His bio and explanation and everything is in this book. But anyways, David and I got together. We decided to write a book. We called it Tribe of Millionaires. And I guarantee you it's going to change your life. To find out more, just go to tribeofmillionaires.com. We're going to give it to you absolutely free. Only thing we ask in return is, of course, number one, you pay the shipping. Not a big deal. But number two, that you go on Amazon and write us a review. We're really looking to get an incredible amount of reviews, and because of that, we're giving this book away for free. Go to tribeofmillionaires.com today.
Well, I don't know, Scott. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good wrap on the state of the market. You know, Inman Connect is going on right now, and I've been watching some of the stuff come in, and one of the things I just see more and more and more of is just sort of tailored marketing, you know, and that's why I wanted to get into marketing and do the state of the market with you, because you're such a video expert. But, you know, staying abreast of that, of the latest thing. Blogs are done. You know, people insist on print ads out here in LA because it's so old school. But I got to tell you, it's not the wave of the future. So I appreciate you coming on with me, talking marketing, and then also, you know, just, hey, 2020, man, it's a great time to buy a house. Absolutely. And hopefully that information we've given to the Rockstar Nation, you know, about interest rates, and you can just Google it and you can see. We'll attach some show notes also. But all the top economists are saying the same thing with interest rates, and that is they are going to stay historically low, and therefore now is a great time. I mean, I watch it go up and down like in micro pieces. Even the scare with the latest, you know, virus outbreak in China, that pushed the market, that pushed the rates down a little bit, you know. And if you can catch that, okay, great. But here's the thing: this year, good year to buy, lock in. 30 years, okay? Because when you lock into a 30-year all-time low, as interest rates creep up and up over time, it's like the bank writing you a check, okay? Right. It's like a subsidy if you can lock into that. So my advice is go for it. You know, I know that we're not at the bottom of the market. We're closer to the top for sure, but let's take advantage of the interest rates while we got them.
I agree. Well said.
All right, Scott. Thank you very much for joining us, and thanks, Rockstar Nation. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me, Paul. Thank you. Thank you, Rockstar Nation.
Rockstar Nation, thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to stay to the end, where our guests will be offering a free gift. As you know, all of our guests offer a free gift, and all of these gifts can be found on the Agent Success Toolbox. You could find that by going to hibandigital.com/toolbox, or simply texting the word toolbox to 444-999. That's toolbox to 444-999. I am going to put today's free gift in today's show notes, but if you want all of them, including gifts from most of our guests that have come on the show, just go to the Agent Success Toolbox. Rockstar Nation, thank you for listening to Real Estate Rockstars. Listen, I need a favor. If you find this free content helpful, if you find our downloadable items from each guest helpful, please, I need you to pull out your pointing finger. Yes, the one finger that points at people, and hit subscribe. Yes, subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the better we look in the ratings, and the easier it is to get guests like Robert Kiyosaki, Barbara Corcoran, all the players that are on $1 million listing in the different cities. All that stuff makes it easier the more subscribers we get, so please subscribe. And listen, there's a lot of places you can leave comments. There's a lot of places you can like. We're on Facebook. We have an Instagram page. Instagram page is I am Pat Hyben. The Facebook is Real Estate Rockstars Radio. Feel free to leave us comments there. The most popular form of commenting seems to happen on YouTube. Yes, for whatever reason, it's a very open environment. So just go to YouTube and go to Real Estate Rockstars Radio. Leave us comments there. Some of them we will read on the show. We love your feedback. So thanks, guys, and I hope you are having a great day. Oh, and also, listen, if you're going to subscribe and you haven't already left a review on iTunes, please do that too. Have a great day, and thanks so much, Rockstar Nation. I really appreciate you.